Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jay McMillan, and you're welcome to call me Son. Today, we are here doing a presentation on how to communicate with diverse audiences. Okay, we are currently in the office of FFS, which is First Financial Security, Inc., and we have a group of young ladies that will be listening to the presentation. Give you a little bit of the nature of our business is that we have a life savings policies. Okay, we run into all types of customers that speak all different kind of languages because, as we all know, money is green. Everyone understands numbers. That's a universal. Okay, so a couple of the things that we're going to go over are in our table of contents. We're going to talk about our gender and how to talk to those audience. We're going to talk about the generational differences and the cultural considerations list on that. Well, to give you a little bit of the background, I'm going to pass out a couple of pamphlets because of the nature of our business. We run into a lot of Spanish-speaking clients. So we do have a handout pamphlet that is Spanish-speaking and one that is English. Okay, so we'll pass that out to our participants.
Thank you.
To give you a little bit information on the purpose of why we're here is that we all understand that businesses are always fighting to stay on top of their business and their industry. And one of the things that they have learned to understand is that they have to broaden their horizons, make sure that they have the key people in place. They want to recruit the best people in order to make their business the best and stay on top of the industry. And in order to do that, they have learned one of the key tools, which is be aware of cultural diverse groups. And one of the diverse groups, because most companies now are becoming very global in their industry, they've learned that they come across different cultures. So the purpose of this presentation is to provide you with some tips and to educate you so that way you can acknowledge these things, train others, apply it to different diverse groups as we go out into the force and letting people know about our product, which is a life savings insurance policy. So our first topic is on gender. Okay, and when I say gender, we mean male, female. We learned that different groups communicate differently. We've heard that topic of people saying, hey, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. We totally think differently. But some of the things that people say about different genders and the way they communicate is that we do not speak the same language. We're a little bit different in the way we speak. Okay, right page. Okay. So, understanding the cultural backgrounds of different genders, one of the things is like saying, for instance, some nationalities do not shake hands. So we need to be aware of that when we are introducing the product to an associate. Some females do not make eye contact in business with male partners. And males in some nationalities, they greet each other with a kiss on both cheeks. Another topic that we will go over is going over the emotional intelligence of genders, how we communicate. We know we need to adapt to these things by the way we talk and our verbiage, how we apply our etiquette to them, how our business networking style is, and appropriate use of technology. So, we know we have the older generation, and I believe Noni, who did a presentation earlier, she was talking to us and saying about how the mature audience, how to click in with that network of that gender. They're older women. They're not going to buy a policy, but guess what? They are the leader of the pack of the family. They know how to basically say, you're going to buy a policy. It's good for you. You listen to me. That's one of the things within the generations is that a mature or senior person that's basically living they're over the age of 65. They're living longer. They're hardworking. Some of them are in the workforce, but it's by choice. So that's one of the differences in the gender generations. We have baby boomers. Those are known as the me generation. They'll continue to work, but a lot of them are kind of a little bitter because they got hit by the stock market crash. These are some of our candidates that we would love to present to because they don't know about IUL index policies. So they can get a lot of more money on their return. So we have to understand the nature of that generation so that we can curb the way we present to each client in our audience. And we'll go to the next slide. We have our young adults. They're known as Generation Xers. These people are born during the 60s and 70s. Hey, for the 70s. Who's the 70 baby in the crowd? Yay! That one's a baby. That's the baby there. But they basically were known as having a lack of approval for authority in large corporations as a result of the economic industry change. And when I say that, that's because our generation, we have gone through different layoffs, through different companies, back and forth. So we're a little kind of we're not as trusting to big corporations. Some of us have, like us in the room, have become entrepreneurs and work for FFS. Then we have the millennium babies. That's Prinky in the room. These are individuals that are new in the workforce. So, you know, Prinky could probably, let me ask you a question. How do you relate to their audience? Because we know that they're technical savvy. They're, you know, some of the older generations, they're perceived as being lazy and having an entitlement attitude. But they're very culturally aware and very smart. So how do you approach that type of audience that's in your generation?
I think, well, what should I